Hello everyone, welcome back to Rockin' Reviews. So it's been quite a while since my last video, and to be honest, much of that is due to midterms and spring break and all of that, and it's been a week now since I've been back, and I think it's time I get back and do making some videos and doing some reviews and stuff. So yeah, in case you realized there with that opening, my next project is going to be Bruce Springsteen. His new album Wrecking Ball was released a couple weeks ago now, and it's been quite popular. In fact, it got #1 on the Billboard charts. Yeah, knocked out Adele, which her album 21 was on the charts, was #1 for like 20 some odd weeks in a row. Pretty crazy, but finally she got knocked off, and thankfully it was a worthy artist. Wrecking Ball, it's a great album, but I'll review that next time because this is just kind of a preview video. So yeah, what I'm going to do is basically I'm just going to do Wrecking Ball, and then I'm going to go back and do his other albums from Greetings through Working on a Dream. I'm not going to be quite as quick as I was with Van Halen. That was very time consuming, and I did it in such a short time period that it was just like constant all the time working on it to try to get it done before their new album. So with Bruce, I'm gonna go slower and at a more like steady pace, maybe like a few reviews a week. I'm trying to think of a way to schedule my reviews to fit in with school and work and everything. So I'm going to try to maybe go do 2 or 3 reviews a week, and maybe also add in some different stuff with Bruce, like do 2 things at once. So like maybe like Tuesday and Thursday will be like music reviews, and Sunday or something will be movie review or something. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, I want to be a movie critic. I'm doing a lot of music right now, but yeah, I want to go into movies, so I'm kind of focusing right now on music. So I'd like to get some movies in there. So I'm gonna try to do maybe 2 music reviews a week and then a movie review. And at some point also, I'd like to add in some video game reviews. I play a lot of video games too. When I have free time, beyond that point where you're done with school and homework and stuff like that, and you're just kind of like before bed or just hanging out, I play a lot of games and stuff. I have a Wii and an Xbox 360. Yeah, big Nintendo fan, so you're gonna see a lot of reviews of Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, Metroid. I don't know, I might do series reviews of those, like I'm doing with like Van Halen and Bruce Springsteen. But that's probably future stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, coming up is Bruce Springsteen. Now, I really love Bruce. Honestly, I grew up listening to him. My dad's a huge fan. And honestly, it hasn't been too long that I've been a big fan. Like, I've always been listening to his music, but it was just kind of like, Born to Run and stuff, and I was just kind of like just listening to his big hits. I listened to The Rising a lot when that came out. But honestly, I haven't been that big of a fan until recently. And I think I have a reason why. I think Bruce is a mature artist. He's always singing. He always has a story to tell. He's always singing about the working class, the working man, that kind of thing. And so I think, my kids or even teenagers, they might not quite understand all the things he's talking about or singing about. And sometimes it's very dark stuff. Sometimes it's it's just very intelligent stuff. He's one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And I just think when you're younger, you might not get all those things, and I think that was the case, at least with me, because now when I listen to him, I'm really just loving all his stuff and understanding a lot more than I ever did before. And also another major reason why I don't think I liked him as much as I do now is because of Clarence. Yeah, the saxophone player, Clarence Clemons. Folks, he is the greatest saxophone player of all time. honestly. If you think Kenny G can play the saxophone, or I don't know, Bobby Keys. Well, Bobby Keys is awesome too, but Clarence, he's just the best. And for years I wasn't too into like instruments and stuff, but I got into the guitar first, and so I was always listening to awesome guitar bands, like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC and stuff like that. So when I was listening to Bruce, and it's like the majority of the solos are saxophone, um, I was just kind of, it didn't quite appeal to me in the same way. So I was always like, yeah, okay, so when's the guitar coming in? So, that's how I was thinking a few years back. But now, I can definitely appreciate it, and I definitely have a new outlook on it. Because I'm, like I said, it's a mature thing. I think I've grown into different things and liking new things. So because of that, I'm able to appreciate a lot of new things, and with that, I was able to like the saxophone more. And Clarence is just awesome, honestly. If you don't agree, or if you don't think I'm right, go listen to Jungle Land right now. If you don't think that's one of the most incredible solos in it on any instrument of all time, then you're nuts. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Um, but seriously, folks, yeah, he's the best. And because now I appreciate him more, and I appreciate the songwriting more, I'm really liking Bruce a lot now. And the third reason is I recently got to watch the Darkness on the Edge of Town documentary. It's called The Promise. And it was just astonishing to see Bruce work. Back then, during the sessions for Darkness, he wrote close to 70 songs over the course of a year that he was recording and working on and writing and doing this stuff in like less than a year. It wasn't like over the course of 5 years. It was 1 year during one, group of sessions during, like a 12-month period. And it's amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it, just seeing him work and seeing how, the type of stuff he came up with, and how, like all the stuff he heard in his sounds, he's like, no, do this and do that. And, it's just, I get a different outlook on him when I see something like that. And I really get to see that not only is he one of the greatest rock and roll artists of all time, but I think now that I've seen that, he's probably one of the greatest artists in all of music history. And, I think a lot of people should see it, whether they like him or not, because it's just a fascinating look into a musician's process, But yeah, I'm not going to be getting into review that right now, so let's finish this up, because this shouldn't be too long of a video, but it's getting up there already. But yeah, anyway, I really love Bruce Springsteen, and honestly, I think he's one of the greatest of all time, and I think he doesn't quite get enough recognition sometimes. Yes, his album Wrecking Ball just got #1. It's his 10th #1 album of all time. But folks, think about it. When you think about greatest rock and roll artist of all time, when does Bruce's name ever come up? Think about it. Never. People talk about the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, whoever. A lot of people nowadays think Pink Floyd. I don't, but they do. So I never hear Bruce's name come up. And it's a shame, because to me, he's easily in my top 10 now, and possibly my top 5. And I didn't think that would happen, because I thought my top 5 was pretty much set. So, if you don't agree, or if you don't think so, maybe you just haven't heard enough of his stuff. If you've only listened to like The Rising and Magic, go back to his old days. He's got so many great albums. I mean, his first 8 or 9 are just all top notch in music. Like Nebraska. Nebraska isn't rock and roll. That's just top notch music. It's songwriting. It's a songwriting album that I don't know if it's ever been matched in terms of just pure quality in the writing of music. But yeah, so I think Bruce, he gets a lot of hate sometimes. He doesn't quite get recognized enough in terms of in looking at who the greatest of all time is. So I want to review him next. I want to do Wrecking Ball, and I want to do his other stuff. And yeah. So yeah, Bruce next. Get some movies in there. You'll probably see me do a review of Safe House, and I don't know. I recently saw Alien for the first time. I'll probably review that. That's an awesome movie, by the way. But yeah, it's something else. Oh, I also got to see a documentary about a cowboy and his horse called Buck that just came out last year. That's also a pretty good movie. I'll probably review that too. So yeah. All right. Getting back in the swing of things. Hopefully, you can get on a good schedule. Maybe Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, but we'll see. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.